What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. We are giving you an official sister review for season 6, episode 31, and the reunion part 1. And I have to say, we're not giving you a full review for episode 31, just some important points that we wanted to make. But I am here with Miss Clone. What up, Miss Clone? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. We also aren't giving an MVP for this episode or either episode because it was just, it was a finale. It
was a wrap up, right?
Let me put our names up here. Okay, but yeah, you guys, you already know what to do, but I'm gonna tell you anyway as soon as I can get my video up. Hold on. Oh my God, the scroll, it is so long. Okay. Everybody, please hit that like, subscribe, your notification bell, and share this video. That's how others find me here on YouTube. Follow me on all platforms at DYANAROZAY. And I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, okay? So that's pretty much it. Now, girl, let's get into episode 31. That's the season finale.
Okay.
It was really, there was a lot of, soul points. They had 4, I think, major scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it 4 or 3?
Yeah. No, 4.
Okay. Melody and Martell.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about them real quick. If you guys, everybody's been talking about this post that Martell made on Carlos King's page. And this is following the scene about Melody and Martell. Basically, Martell looking like he was a lovesick puppy, wanting his family back, wanting, his relationship with Mel back, apologizing from the bottom of his heart. Well, he had made this post. You guys can pause it to read it. I'm not going to rehash it again. And I just want you to know that if you read that post, and I don't care if you've seen this scene already 17 times, go back and watch it for an 18th time after reading that post, because it's literally going to tell you everything. You're looking at it with a new set of eyes.
Mm-hmm.
What was your take on that scene before we even go before I say anything further? What was your take on the scene?
It was hilarious. The fact that Martell was trying to pull a fast one, like, oh no, we get along and this is great, and I just want us to get to a better place, and we're already there, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was like he thought she was dumb.
Ciao.
I don't do anything toward you.
Okay.
No.
That's my favorite part of this episode. The way she softly says and nods when she says it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, I'm not gonna argue with you about it, a-ho.
Right.
I know what you do. I know what you're doing. Okay. We are never gonna have peace. Okay. I love that scene. I loved it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it enough.
We're not in a place of peace.
I love that part too. Don't come up here acting like you're going to sit here with me and we're going to pretend like we are good co-parents or whatever the hell you want people to believe. We're buddies, all of that shit. Like when Melody accepted moving forward with this scene, as Martell has, so politely attempted, or I shouldn't even say Martell, AC, shout out to you, girl, wrote this little, what's the good word for this? Whatever.
Resignation?
Well, yeah, that's a good word for it. You're right.
Yeah.
When AC wrote this and posted this resignation to Carlos King's page, either you do it this way or we're going to walk. I have to say, it brought me so much joy to go back and watch that scene and see exactly what was going on. Because I was like, let me see it from her eyes. We had already saw it and was laughing and cracking up.
Right. It was like Christmas all over again.
Correct. He says, I was looking for the producers to make her say what she said she was going to say. You can tell that he is squirming in his seat, not because she wasn't saying what the producer said she was going to say, but because she was saying the truth. And he knew that the truth was going to affect what he had going on at the house. Okay.
Why would he come in so far I mean, he just went for the gusto. Why come in that far? Why not just come in and say, like, hey, I just wanted to meet with you. Like, I know we're not in a great place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really trying to work out a way for us to be in a better place. I thought I'd bring you here today to talk about it. Why wouldn't you start there? Why would you gaslight her and tell her we're in a great place and we do great with co-parenting and I just want to see a couple more things tweaked. Really?
Nobody knows the answer to that. Not even Luther Vandross, okay? We're all confused. We're all confused. We're all scratching our heads. That's what Melody said. I've never been gaslighted so damn much in my entire life. I've been sitting here for 2 minutes and I can't believe what the hell's going on. Instead of watching your ass squirm, I should be squirming, trying to get out of this seat. Right. That's what makes it seem so beautiful. I loved every single solitary moment of it. Kudos, okay?
Oh my God. Even when he said, Chris told me that you didn't feel protected. And if I knew then that I was going to lose my family over this, that it was going to come to this, I would have never done it.
Exactly.
Are you insane?
And she was rolling her eyes like this motherfucker. Okay.
Oh my gosh. That purse was really going to come in handy.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about the bag. So Melody is wearing an expensive bag, okay? And it has like the little finger holes so that you can make sure you can keep a hold of it.
Girl, those are brass knuckles and you know it.
You can't help but to recognize that, listen, she already walked in like, who's the black lady from the black exploitation movies? Pam Grier.
Oh, right. Foxy Brown.
She already walked in like Foxy Brown, right? How much you want to bet that those doggone finger holes, the hardware in that purse, she probably could have like pushed a little button and
detachable. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. So, oh my gosh.
Great scene. Absolutely worth the show, in my opinion. I liked it. Let's talk about Stormy and her family scene, Aunt Lisa, her mother Betty. Now, I did not realize when I talked about it on the panel, I thought like, oh, her Aunt Lisa just wants some time to, be with her husband, right? That wasn't the scene.
No.
It looks like they were trying to have an intervention with Aunt Lisa to say, listen, you gotta come over here and visit mom and, help out like all of us. Cause I thought maybe it was just Betty and Lisa. I didn't realize that the brothers and sisters were actually helping.
They were already, the other siblings are already around. So it's just Lisa that's not coming around.
She dislikes Betty so much that she's like, Mama, I'm gonna catch you on the other side.
Oh my gosh. That's horrible.
That's what it felt like. She said, Mama, I'm on the other side, child. If I have to come over here to visit, it won't happen.
Right.
Oh my goodness. That was awful. That was
awful. My gosh.
Listen, I'm just gonna say what I saw.
Sure. Okay. I hear you.
That's pretty much it. All the rest of the scenes, no bueno.
No. Well, no. That's the scene between Marceau and Tisha was definitely scripted.
No bueno.
Exactly. No bueno. Yep. And then the scene between Kimmy and Maurice.
I don't even remember. So there you go with that. I don't remember the scene between Maurice and I almost would ask you to jog my memory, but I'm afraid. And I just got that memory back. So no.
Okay.
Got
it. Okay.
All right. Let's talk about the reunion. What up, yo? Okay.
The reunion.
Ciao. Let's look at all of these people on stage. Whew, it was a doozy of a time. First off, no Kiki Jabbar. Every member of the cast is standing here watching. I mean, we're getting them in all of their glory, and there is no Kiki Jabbar.
Right, but she was there.
Right.
She's just not in this photo, which is weird.
Correct. Of course, Carlos, you know, we saw him. We know he's hosting, but he's not here. I wonder why they didn't put Kiki in the scene. Was it just they needed to take one person out? What happened? Did she have to go to the bathroom? Kiki,
Where are you, girl?
where are you? Okay, so let's talk about these outfits real quick before we get into the rest of the reunion.
Mm.
Wow. Okay.
Mm.
This was hard on my eyes.
Yeah.
All right. You're not saying a whole lot, so let's just get right into let's get into the individual outfits, child. Don't let me keep you. Let's go on down and start. Let's start with the first one, child.
Okay.
This is Stormy and her husband Courtney. Now,
Mhm.
I want to say, of course, I don't know if maybe they used a filter. I do like Stormy's hair. It is very soft. It's giving me Dorothy Dandridge. It's giving me old school glam.
Mhm.
This I loved. I
Mhm.
loved her look with this dress.
I like her look with this dress here.
Her makeup and her hair with the dress.
Yes.
In this photo only, though.
Mhm.
Okay, it is for me, a stark contrast from this. I
Yeah.
don't know why. It just don't feel the same.
Because it's darker. Everything here is just
The lighting is off.
yeah, it's poorly lit, and so they just look drab.
They look drab. That's the best word.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's here, Stormy, A+, even Courtney.
Yeah, look how pretty look how pretty the pink is in this one compared to that other one. It's more peachy.
Yep, and you can see the pleating.
Right, the bottom looks like a bell.
Yes.
Mhm.
Now that was cool. We figured out that Courtney was wearing some rendition of a
Sweatsuit.
sweatsuit.
Yeah, it looks like a silk jogger. And they tried to dress it up a bit, but it's a silk jogger.
Okay.
And that's what he's comfortable in, and that's what he's comfortable in. But it is a silk jogger.
Okay. Well, that's
I like that it's matching. I like that it matches her outfit. It looks really bad on stage, though.
And it doesn't seem to match the outfit here. Like
no, look how off they look.
His pink is different from her pink.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, okay. And the material is clearly a different material. I don't know. Collarless jacket, button down shirt of some sort, way too shiny, too many wrinkles. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But Stormy did pay a grip. She paid a nice penny for her outfit.
She did.
So this one, what we found, because we
paid a grip and a half.
A variation of her dress, the pleating, if you guys look at the draping, it's exactly identical. So that bottom part, same fill, the little draping at the waist and the hip is exactly the same. The only difference is that top, and I don't even know if it's a difference. Maybe she just doesn't have it expanded the way it's here. It is
right.
It could be.
Yeah, she doesn't have it puffed out.
Okay, because her the way it comes around the breast is similar. They were showing this dress for $1,500, right?
Yes, sir.
About $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting. We got some prices. We did a little search for these dresses, child. So let's talk about the next dress. Let's see who's up next. Okay, Kimmy and Maurice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are your thoughts about it on stage when you see it under the lighting?
Nope.
Kimmy's look and Maurice's look. Is that a no? As in the negative?
That's correct.
You don't like either. Why?
I don't like it on the stage. I don't like it on stage.
Okay. So here's, I'm going to give you my theory on this look. I know a lot of people gave her dress hell. Like, I don't like Kimmy's dress. This is an ugly dress. It's too tight. Like, there were a lot of people saying that. I didn't necessarily.
Too tight?
I heard some people say it was too tight, that it wasn't age appropriate. I didn't necessarily think that the dress was bad. Like, oh, it's not age appropriate, or I didn't even think it was too tight. What I didn't like, though, is Kimmy's hair and makeup. Kimmy's hair, it was almost giving me like she had a widow's peak. And I've never seen a widow's peak on Kimmy. So it was weird to see. She may not have one, but it just looks like she has one. Like for some reason, her face looks really like, I hate to say this because it sounds mean, but it's almost kind of like a moon pie face. Like it seems flat, like there's no dimension in her face. And I was like, I don't know if I've ever seen her look like this. And I also was getting Eddie Munster from the Monsters, okay? The TV show, the little boy.
Oh, because of the widow's peak?
Because of what I thought appeared to be a widow's peak, but it could have just been someone did that wig indention. You know how they put that white partition on your forehead? Anyway, I felt like they gave her a widow's peak and it was ugly. But now I'm feeling like it's Eddie Munster and Uncle Fester, and it was just not giving. Okay. But this is the dress up close, right?
Well, see, I don't think it's tight. I think what we're seeing there on the right-hand side in the back is loose. She's got too much hanging back there. It needs to be taken in a little bit more. Yeah,
it looks ill-fitted. It looks ill-fitted around the breast. I think that her bra, and I think somebody did some like, let's pull this together real tight and put a pin in it, and it made it look a little weird.
Yes. Yeah. Her breasts look a little, they don't even look even.
No.
Here. Yeah, I definitely don't think the dress is too tight, but it's not a favorite for me. It looks more like a mermaid dress.
Okay. And her dress was about $500.
Oh, wow.
$50. So this is what the dress looked like here. So Kimmy is wearing.
Oh, I see. Her hair's covering up the straps. Okay. I thought those sleeves went all the way up to her shoulders.
I like the color that is in the advertisement a little more than this one. And again, y'all know how colors are when they do those filters. So it probably does come across a little more watermelon. It's fuchsia, but I like it better.
Okay.
So let's talk about the next dress, child. Who's the next up? Melody. Now, Melody's dress on stage, I do like. I think she probably has the classier look on stage. And I know everybody's like, oh, y'all, I knew you were going to say Melody. Melody's dress did come across better on stage. It's silver. It picked up that drab ass light a lot better. But I do believe that Melody recognized that her dress appeared more drab on stage under the lights than everyone else's, which is why she decided to take her damn photos outside in the sunlight.
Ooh,
okay? The natural light gives this dress a lot more pizzazz, a lot more energy. I liked it.
That's pretty.
It has a lot of showmanship for the stage. So I thought it did what it was supposed to do. I would have traded in the boot though for like a stiletto, just like something simple, black stiletto. I think it would have been a little more impressive if I was wearing it.
Okay.
But we didn't find any type of price for her. I didn't find the dress on a site, even though it looked like it could have gone to a site. They didn't show it with a price.
Right.
Okay, so who else are we looking at here? Next up is Mars Scale. Now, this is the best picture I have for him because I can't find any other single picture. This is definitely one of the Miguel collection suits. I've seen him wear a different color in the suit before. It fit better, and the other color, not so much in the red, but I was going to say all the men are wearing red, but that's not true. My bad.
It's tight.
It's tight as hell.
It is really tight. Yeah, I don't like the tightness of it. I feel like I don't know why it's so tight. I don't know if he just needs to unbutton it. I like the fact that the lapel is a two-tone. It's red on one side and black on the other. There's not a whole lot I can give this outfit. I'm trying, but I don't like it.
I only think he has one lapel. I don't think he has two.
No, he has two. Yeah, it's red on the other side.
It's red on the other side. Okay.
I like the two-tone look of it. I think it's too tight. It's way too tight. I think if it was more if it fit better, it might look a lot better.
Okay, let's move on. That's all I got for him. Let's talk Tisha and Marceau, child.
Yeah, let's. Sorry.
Why don't you start? Okay.
Okay, I'm going to start with Marceau, aka LL Cool J. What is going on with the one pant leg up?
I beg your pardon. I said, what is going on with one pant leg up? I'm seeing one ankle. Well, his thigh may have captured a little bit of the pant leg, and
Oh Lord,
it just caught it and it stayed up. Now this is a better look for him. Let's just pull this up.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a better look for Marceau, where the suit looks pressed, and
Yes.
he does look like it's not as tight.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things. He must have just had a rough ass time and didn't realize that one of his pant legs was above his ankle, to the point of where I thought that he
Didn't feel the cool breeze.
that he bought the pant
Mm-hmm.
to show off his ankles. I was complaining.
Well, yeah, there's a few ankles showing here that I'm not a big fan of, but that's whew. And then Tisha in this dress. Okay, I don't like the dress. I'll just start off by saying that. To me, Tisha looks like she's going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Facts.
And not in a good way.
Facts. That can't be it, child. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to say it. I get that the lighting is bad, but the number that they did around her hairline, it pisses me off. They darkened up her hairline because they didn't want that white demarcation to show from the lace front that she's wearing, which, okay, cool. Why do it so far down? And maybe it's in conjunction with the lighting, it's making it look worse. But when I first saw her face, I thought to myself, why does she have the darkness around her entire face? They square it up at the jaw, which also looks weird because she's got a round face. Her mascara and her eyeshadow is pretty. I like it. I like that on her complexion. I just don't like the way that they contoured her face.
Okay.
The way they contoured her nose, I don't like.
Okay.
I don't like it.
All right. It's giving you Michael Jackson vibes. Want to be starting something? No? Okay.
From The Wiz? Want to be starting something from The Wiz?
The Lion.
The Lion, girl. Yep.
Okay. I think the hair is way too much. It's just too much. It's giving Barbie doll, and I don't know, Tisha, the dress and the hair together does make her look like she is on her way to the ice skating rink or whatever. It's just, it's a lot. So I think if she would have had like a sleek pony, it would have done better. The dress, I am not fond of at all. When I first saw this dress back in October, I was like, what the hell? What is going on with her midsection? Why does she have that crazy ass?
Right. That thing up going over another. Yeah. It's like a lace front going over
a stocking. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. So it looks like she has a stocking on. I think it's just mesh. Either way, it's not attractive. The way the dress dips down below her belly button, it's giving Victoria's Secret's meet sexy gown. Either way, I don't like it. It's not age appropriate. I know people were saying that Kimmy's dress wasn't age appropriate. This dress isn't age appropriate. You're not Rihanna, child. And even Rihanna would be like, boo. Okay. No, don't bring that mess. It's horrible.
I don't like it. Yeah.
And look at that little the part up around the thigh that's also like trying to show off
the mesh part that goes up even further. Yeah, I don't like it.
Like you don't have to show off every piece of your body. Okay, girl. You got titties.
We get it. Yep.
Hey, what was that song by Jennifer Lewis?
Jennifer Lewis.
Yes, you know, she was like, big titties and ass for my books.
Oh gosh.
I don't know if Tisha reads, but I'll leave it there. It is what it is.
I love it.
Okay, this is a dress that we found that was kind of similar to what Tisha had on, except we're missing the slit, but it has that ugly V that goes below the belly button. I shouldn't call it ugly, just not everybody can do it, okay? You got to have a little flat stomach. And then it gives you that awful paneling. Then you got the long sleeve. Anyway, the dress costs about what, $150? That's what we saw online.
That one was 2 something.
Oh, was it 2?
Yeah, 263, I think it was.
All right, so it's somewhere around there because we're not sure if they bought it from the sites we looked on. So there could still be some variation in the price, and FYI. But that's what we saw in regards to Tisha's dress. All right, next shit. Okay, so next we have Tiffany and Lewis.
Tiffany, yep.
Okay, and next we have Nell and Chris Fletcher, child.
Right.
So, okay, we didn't see a price for Nell's dress, did we?
Yes, hers was around the 400 mark.
Okay, 400. Okay, Nell's dress up close. We have Chris. Chris is wearing like a jacquard suit. It's a full suit. And Melody's brother-in-law wore the same suit for his birthday party that he just had over the weekend. I saw a picture of him floating around on the internet. But this is Chris's outfit. He has like a velvet lapel. He's wearing like a velvet bow tie, a big old, I don't know, is that a bow tie?
I don't know, girl. I don't like the bow tie. I don't like the bow tie.
He got that part in his hair, his signature part. He got on his Louis Vuitton or whatever red bottom shoes with the studs on it. Okay. We see
he's dressed nicely.
It's a nice look.
It's nice. Yeah. I like the little chain on his lapel, the little what is it, a king?
Yeah, it has a crown.
Yeah, like the king crown. Yeah, that's nice. I just don't like that tie. That tie is awful to me.
Okay. All right, so let's rate the couples between Stormy, Scott 1 and 2.0. Lewis and Tiffany, we didn't talk about them, but this is about as basic as it gets with Lewis and Tiffany for both.
I actually like Lewis's suit, but go ahead.
What? Okay. Lewis and Tiffany, and then we have the Fletchers. So in regards to couples, my number 1 dress couple is the Fletchers.
Okay, yeah, I would go with the Fletchers. I like Nell's dress on her. I thought she looked nice.
Second best dress couple for me. I'm going
Stormy.
Yeah.
For a couple. We're talking couple.
Couple, correct.
Right. Okay.
Number 1, I'm going to say Stormy's number 2. I'm going to say Kimmy.
So if you're beyond number 2, then forget it.
Okay. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, Mel, I thought Mel had the best outfit, but I thought the Fletchers looked the best as a couple.
Fletchers look the best as a couple. Melody looks best as for an outfit, and you are absolutely right. And we'll leave it there. Okay, let's jump into what the hell we witnessed on the reunion stage. Okay?
Oh my gosh.
So we're going to start with Carlos King. First, everybody is walking in, and they appear to be in a good mood, right? Everybody's coming into their dressing room. And they're excited to be there. At least they appear to be excited to be there. Carlos, I should say that Martell actually walks through a door that has his name on it, but it's an electric, like the electric panel room, and it's locked, so he can't get in it. But he came in there. I did get a chance to see those shorts.
Oh,
God damn!
Those damn shorts. Right.
I'm sorry.
Luther, what's going on with the shorts?
Luther, do you have any idea?
No, he has none.
Magic 8 Ball. This is Magic Luther. Like when you need your questions answered, you just got to ask him and wait for an answer. Okay, Luther, the shorts that Martell was wearing.
Right.
He's giving me he has no freaking idea. Okay.
Right.
Garbage ass shorts. Anyways, Carlos goes into the room with Melody and he throws shade immediately. He was like, "Oh, I see you're in a good mood." She was like, "Yeah, I'm in a great mood." He went, "So you'll be talking this year?" And then they put like shade glasses, a pair of glasses on him with a crown. And they,
Yes.
because last year, honey, you were giving. And then he just went silent and yanked his head back and then turned to the right, then turned his head to the left. And they gave us a picture of Melody just looking deadpan and then turning to the right. Like, damn. She was giving the I don't want to be with y'all mofos this year. I liked it.
Yeah, it was great.
Whose room did he go into next? Was it Kimmy?
I think it was Kimmy and Maurice.
Kimmy and Maurice, where he lets Maurice know, looks like you are
You're dumb. Right. You're dumb. Everything you did this year was dumb.
Everything you did this year was dumb, and you knocked Martell off his throne.
Right. We thought Martell was the biggest loser. Nope.
It's you.
Yep.
Then he goes in and talks to Kiki Jabbar, I think, where he says, "How's it going? You feeling okay?" She said, "Yeah." He went, "We can't put any drinks out." She went, "No, don't put any drinks by me." And he said, "Oh, you don't have anything to worry about." Like he gives her a look like, "Honey, we're not giving you a drink, honey."
No, not even water. Nothing.
Hell, in fact, you're not even allowed on the stage.
Bruh, clearly, if she wasn't in the picture, jeez. What the hell happened? They just kicked her off after?
Now, here's the part that I was confused by. I don't know if anybody else caught this, but he goes in with Martell and he said, "Oh, you look swole," or something to that degree. And he was like, "Yeah." And he is like, "Oh, you got somebody cooking for you?" He was like, "Yeah, nobody wants to cook for me." And he was like, "So no one's feeding?" He was like, "No, nobody's feeding me." And then I really believe Martell said, "Are you sitting?"
I am, girl.
I think he said, "I like to eat ass every once in a while."
I thought he said something where they bleeped him.
I did believe him.
And I said to myself, you know what? You're not even worth the rewind because you're Martell. And I don't care about you.
I think this gross, disgusting lunatic said that he likes to eat ass. And Carlos went, "Oh," and I thought Carlos was going to say me too, but they cut.
Oh, thank God he didn't say that.
He cuts to Tisha and Marceau, and then they are wearing boxing.
Oh, that's right. They're wearing the boxing gear. Yeah.
And they said the champ is here. Like everybody's coming for them all season. Jesus Christ. Nobody came for them losers. Anyway. Now they're on stage, right? Everybody's on stage. Melody Rogers is announced last. He says her name right, but he called Stormy and Courtney the Steels. I mean, the Beasley. I mean, Stormy Steele and Courtney Beasley. Now, when Carlos did that, I think he set the mood for bad energy for Stormy because I don't think that she was expecting. I don't think she wanted to be there in the first place.
Right.
Vibe she was giving.
Yeah, she didn't want the shade. Yeah.
People don't want to be somewhere they don't want to be picked on.
Right.
So last year when Martell was like, "She's still a Holt," I think Melody was like, "You bitch." And it really just set the mood for her to have a bad mood. But I think it set the mood for Stormy as well. Because she had resting bitch face for the majority of the episode.
Yeah. Courtney did not laugh at that either, I noticed.
Courtney always keeps a smile on his face, but he was definitely trying to keep her temperature together.
Yes.
He was definitely trying to keep her temperature together. But when Melody came out, she set the tone because she was like, "Hey, everybody looks great." And like, she was just excited. And he was like, "I was happy that you're happy." She was like, "We're going to have a good time. Aren't we, Martell?" Like the way she was just making sure that she was addressing everybody and trying to keep everybody up. Interesting to me. So she was letting people know
she's in control.
I'm good. I'm in control. My life could not, have gone better this year. I am no longer a Rogers. And he was like, or excuse me, I'm no longer a Holt. He was like, "Well, what's the difference?" She was just, "I just felt more freedom. I feel lighter, everything." Okay.
Right. That loser's name attached. Yeah.
I don't have that dark cloud over my head anymore. So then they get into it talking to Tisha and Marceau. Okay. So we're switching gears. Everybody's on stage now. Carlos starts with Tisha and Marceau, and you would think, okay, I do want to say that Melody and Martell were still sitting right beside Carlos. So they still got that first chair. I do believe that. But he goes in with Marceau and Tisha and said, so you guys had an interesting season. He shows all of the craziness that happened with the Black Expo with Stormy and Courtney. And, you know, just some of the of course, I think they may have showed just a clip with her cousin. But people were coming for you this season and your business acumen. How do you feel about things? And Tisha starts off right away, gutter.
She did, child.
I don't know. I didn't like
She
it.
said, I'm about to drag everybody in this room because
It was like, we did a good job, and I don't know why everybody's coming for us. And Melody was like, wait a minute. I know I didn't come for you. I gave you compliments the entire time.
Exactly. We made $11 million and nobody wants to congratulate us for making 11.
But she said everybody everybody on this stage came for us in our business. And Melody was like, I didn't come for you. Marceau quickly nips it in the bud. Maurice, Melody, and Martell were all very complimentary, all very supportive. Okay. Bump what Tisha's saying. I know she's sitting right here beside me and she's my wife, but we don't agree.
Right.
Okay? So he's setting this divide really quickly. And he was so quick to interject right after Melody said, I gave you guys compliments, that I was like, ooh, this feels like old days. Marceau would jump in and try to shut Tisha down when she would say something that felt like it was opposing with Melody. And I was like, I wonder how long Tisha's going to be able to keep this up or feel good about this. But
we're lucky not long. But go ahead.
Then it goes from that to him addressing Stormy, right? Saying, hey, Stormy, you had some interesting things go down with Tisha. You had the website, right? What else did she have? Was it just a website? I thought it was something else. Of course, Marceau would be, but
right. The
website. Now,
the website was the major one. Yes.
The website was the major one.
In my opinion, yes.
Tisha was coming again left and sideways. And I want to say this because Stormy has already let the cat out the bag in the aftermath of the reunion. She didn't say this ahead of the reunion because the season was still filming. But in the aftermath of the reunion, she said, listen, I developed my own website. So Tisha didn't have a fucking developer. Tisha didn't use the same developer I used, right?
Right.
So she said this on several different platforms already. But she didn't say it on stage. So she definitely protected Tisha in not saying that because she could have busted her ass wide open and she should have.
Right.
But Tisha tried to act like we use the same developer. And the fact that Tisha got so passionate while at the same time lying.
Oh, Tisha was ready for that, though. She was.
But you know what, though? It's not even that she was ready.
She was ready.
I hate a passionate liar.
Yeah.
When people try to draw you in with energy.
And then they stand 10 toes down in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tired of you coming for me. Pop a pill. All of the stuff that you were saying while at the same time lying is really crazy, right?
Yeah.
To the point where your husband had to say, you're going too far. Like, calm your ass down, right?
Not only is he saying you're going too far, but in the last episode, he had to remind her, hey, we know what happens when things get done poorly or when things get rushed, right? People weren't paying attention. Right. We know that from the Canvas Beauty thing.
The Canvas Beauty fiasco.
Right.
And he shut her ass all the way down himself.
Right.
But then there's a part where Stormy is very gently trying to say to Carlos King, Carlos, web developers don't make return policies. They just design the website. The actual written language, we have to provide to them. So if she had a web developer,
she gave him the info.
He didn't get it from my site, correct? But the way Carlos cuts Stormy off when she says that.
Yeah.
And Stormy just smiled. She looks like, damn. And I was like, ooh, now you get the Tisha effect. Now you see what everybody talks about when we're saying, watching the show and saying, Carlos, you gotta take your hands from under Tisha's buns and let her fall firmly on the ground. It's okay. Marceau lets her do it. You let her do it too.
Right.
But that scene happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else is notable about it? Do you remember anything?
I mean, outside of the fact that Stormy wanted to,
Pounce on Tisha.
Whoa.
I gave your ass grace.
I mean, it had me sitting up, like looking at the TV, like, okay, Stormy's gonna cross that middle that middle line there any minute now.
Right. Because
Tisha is not safe.
After Tisha made that pill comment, Carlos tried to brush over and she said, wait a minute, we're not going to act like she didn't say.
Right.
Scared. And I was like, uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, she was pissed.
I loved it.
Me too. I thought it was great. It was real.
A lot of people are like, Tisha ate. But knowing everything that we know now, Tisha didn't eat. All Tisha did was look like a fool, because in the aftermath of all of this, like I said, you can go to Tisha's website for Macy and Mila, and you can go to Stormy's website. Those are two different sites, not the same developer.
No.
Even though Stormy said, I developed my own website before, when we didn't know that, you could tell that that was a bold face lie. Okay?
Yeah, big time.
A bold face lie. But anyway, moving on. Who was the next parties? I think it was Kimmy and Maurice that had an opportunity to talk next. There wasn't anything memorable about this scene other than Carlos point blank said to Maurice, he didn't spare him, listen, when you said what you said about your wife, there was a lot of people watching, the viewers at home, people who heard this shot around the world on the internet. Are you okay? Because your microphone is making a lot of feedback.
Oh, sorry.
He said a lot of people were under the impression that you were forcing Kimmy to do something that was against her will. And Kimmy did not want Carlos to say that. Maurice didn't want Carlos to say that.
Right.
Said it. And I was like, thank God you point blank said what we were all thinking.
Right.
And even if you didn't mean it that way, just know how horrible it sounded.
Okay? How horrible it sounded. It was a bad move.
And I really think that the reason why Carlos did that was really to protect Kimmy. Like, Kimmy, I need you to know how disgusting that was, because you really tried to pretend like it didn't happen. I mean, you didn't give enough of that scene in the show to make it a thing. Like, instead, you're like, my libido is, I like having sex. Girl, goodbye. Okay. I can't say it anymore. I'm done. I exhausted myself with that.
Because they keep ignoring what it was that people are upset about.
Facts.
That's why. Exactly it's that they keep glossing over it and they go, well, no. And I think people are misunderstanding, because I also, like, sex is important to me. I want to have a good sex life with my husband. No one's saying that you don't or that you shouldn't.
Right.
It doesn't excuse what he said, though.
Right. What he said was exactly what Carlos described.
Right.
So let's stop pretending like it didn't happen that way. Let's also stop pretending like you didn't give us a whole scene where you were making it seem like you were out of breath, like you were, you found out you had this horrible cancer, that could have taken you out if you would have waited a month longer because it's the most aggressive. All of these things that was happening that you were feeding us. And we were showing you empathy, and all of a sudden, there was more Black women than ever who went back.
Right. We're still feeling for you for what you're going through. And this monster comes in, and I'm not talking about his son.
Exactly.
This monster comes in and says the dumb shit that he says, and then still tries to say, oh, I just wasn't educated enough to know that was the case. Still the wrong words.
Still the wrong words. 100%. At this point, I apologize. And then Marceau's over there clapping. And then finally, Marceau's like, maybe you're just bad at sex, because at the end of the day, you're not saying what you need to say. It's not going to get better.
Right.
Maurice actually looked halfway offended when he said that. He went, okay, maybe that too. All right. I just wanted to be over. Well, Jen, you should just shut up.
Right.
I hope if we've learned nothing else, kill this whole entire sex storyline. We don't want any more.
Kill it, because the sad part is that you guys made this the storyline and you didn't have to.
100%. Girl, That's why you the sister, okay? All right, let's get to the next part. I think this is when we go to the women's panel. That includes Marceau, okay? So Marceau is on the damn women's panel, and that is because Tisha, who felt like everybody who was coming for her, even though she did not have a run-in with one of the women all entire season long, she walked damn near out of the scene that was with Nell and her when Nell was like, Tisha. And I don't even think she calls her Tisha. I think she calls her Tish or Tish.
Tish. Yeah.
Tish, why didn't you invite me to the Black Ass Boat? Like,
cut it out. You and these these. Oh my gosh. You mimic them so well. It just kills me.
When she went to Baby Ace's reveal and she was like, you know, confront Tisha about why she didn't get invited. Tisha got up from the table and walked away. She was like, I ain't gonna be taking this shit from you. I think she walked away there. She walked away from some point of it because she felt like she was being picked on. She walks away. So she's not there. When she gets into the confrontation with her cousin, when her cousin threw the water in her face, that was never addressed again on screen. So, I mean, even though that was a big moment for Tisha, Tisha didn't even milk it for what it was. She didn't even milk it for what it was worth.
No. And it's because there's several of them that don't know how to play the reality game, the reality TV game. Fact. It is a game in the end. It's a game in the end.
Is a game in the
It's
end.
a game. It's a game in the end. And I feel like this group of people are so hell-bent on being the good ones. They're so hell-bent on being the ones that are most liked for being a positive, great personality that they don't realize villains are just as important.
100%. Get off the internet trying to explain your effing side.
Right.
And just learn to, at the very minimum, get your feet all the way submerged.
Get it all the way in. There is a reality show right now that just deals with villains. It's villains on other reality TV shows. Yeah. Like seriously, people.
It was great. Yeah, I agree. Like, learn how to just kind of ride the wave for a little bit. Everybody's going to have their moment, okay? But yeah, she didn't even, you know, ride the wave with that. She gets into it with Stormy. She walks out of that. What? I guess we're not friends. I'm good. Okay, girl, then nothing happened then. If you're good, you're good. You came on stage with all of this bravado, all of this, I'm a, you know, do this, that, and the other to these people. And again, we're like, well, where the hell was that all season? Now you get active.
Right.
When you want to get active. But Marceau is there to have that conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you get active with everybody where Stormy's calling you a bitch? Melody's telling you to put your feet on the ground because you done crossed your legs.
Right.
Okay. Your knee is up by your chin.
Right.
What else is going on?
He actually had a scene with Tiffany too, but Tiffany wasn't in this part.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He called Tiffany Karen.
Mm-hmm.
I think she comes on for next episode, but you're right. So Marceau basically fought all of Tisha's battle this season. It was very reminiscent of season 1 when everyone hated Marceau. But then season 2, Marceau said, I'm going to let Tisha rock. And then everybody hated Tisha. And Marceau was smirking. And everybody was like, why aren't you protecting your wife? And he was like, you guys
tried.
You wanted to see the real Tisha, you got her.
Okay? Right.
So anyway, Marceau is doing what Marceau does best. He has a banter or a back and forth with Melody. Melody basically makes a joke out of it, even though she could have destroyed him. She could have made things, worse for everybody on stage. And she thought about it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. She had a look on her face like, you like she was ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But she just
especially when he said he didn't want his wife to be a Rogers.
Oh yeah. He made some little remarks where he was very lucky that Melody just went back and forth with him in a
he's lucky she didn't bring that brass knuckle purse.
Of a banter way.
Right.
That's why you are a bitch way. Even though she threw a shirt at him that said, all I sell is shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And she laid in on the fact that, listen, at the end of the day, you interfered with me and Tisha's relationship. You don't want her hanging with me because I am your worst nightmare. I am a strong, independent, money making, make my own decisions, have a mother. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mother,
Exactly.
and I've never missed a beat. I'm at all the PTA meetings. I'm at all the school plays and after
Mm-hmm.
school
She
things.
even said she shows up to Grandparents' Day.
Yeah, you name it, I'm there. And you don't want Tisha to ever be that person. Now, Tisha was over there swallowing hard. Gulp. I don't think Marceau Gulp is like that. Oh, yes, he is. He's exactly like that. Keep swallowing hard, keep blinking rapidly.
Right.
Okay, doing all those things. You will never be the Dasaki's guy.
No.
Always be a million steps behind.
Right. But when
Keep,
she told him to get that thigh down,
keep lying passionately because that's all you know how to do.
well, yeah.
And you're not even good at that.
No, she's got to stop with the lying. She's just got to come clean at some point.
Facts. Facts. So that's how that scene pretty much wraps up. I don't think I left anything out. Do you remember anything?
Mm-mm. Just her setting him straight and telling him to put his leg across his leg properly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot about Melody and Martell and the whole
Oh Lord.
Martell's hook and a curve, child. So that followed the scene with Kimmy and Maurice, but
Mm-hmm.
that was a nice natural segue to Melody. Is it true that you never had an orgasm or big O with Martell? And Melody said it's true, and Martell was offended. But I'm gonna tell you who was laughing so hard that he threw his back. Him and Kimmy threw their backs against the couch. Now, you two were just sitting in it just 2 minutes ago when he was accusing y'all of all kinds of horrible things. I don't think we saw those type of spirits since the movie Beloved.
Right.
Like, y'all got to get together. But they
Mm-hmm.
thought that was just hilarious. But Melody said at the end of the day, I fake having a big O just like you fake being faithful. So you can get the hell on, okay?
Right.
All right. Now the guys come back on stage. They rejoin Marceau. And this is Kiki's part. Kiki comes on. And Kiki is already, interestingly enough, well, I won't say she was in a mood. Carlos was asking her. The first thing he said was, didn't you vow to stay out of your cousin's marriage? And Kiki said, yes. And he goes, well, tell me how, you made it here. And she gives an explanation, but I'm telling you, I feel like everybody rewrites history. Because the reason why Tisha and Kiki allegedly fell out is because Kiki really doesn't like Marceau. According to Kiki, he interferes with Tisha and Tisha and Kiki's relationship, kind of like what Melody used to accuse him of doing with her and Tisha. Now, if there's more to it, there may be. Who knows? Because, they give us the TV land version, and there might be 100 million other things going on. They are family.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know everything, and we're not going to know. But I'll tell you one thing I do know about family. If there's ever some sort of situation where something horrible happens or, there's a loss of something or someone, typically people will, put their burdens down, whatever their differences are, to come back together. So it's really crazy to interfere with people's friendships or relationships, family relationships, because you will be on the outside of that motherfucker quick.
Right.
It doesn't matter how close you think you
No.
are. You've joined friends or become
Exactly.
because you don't like them.
Exactly.
When push comes to shove and those bloodlines come together, because they'll come back together like a magnet, you and everything you built with that person will be long gone, a distant memory, and you'll have a whole family hating your ass. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, she explains it as Tisha came to her and asked her a favor. What we initially heard was that Tisha came to her and told her to fire a makeup artist. somehow that turns into Kiki talking to the makeup artist boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
She says on stage, it felt like she was going above and beyond her cousin duty. And Kiki immediately says, that's because you're dumb.
Right.
That's because you're dumb. Tisha went, okay. I didn't call you names, so don't call me names. And she went, dummy. So Kiki doubles down on the dummy.
Right.
And now she's angry. And that's when Tisha goes in. LaWanda Denise Scott. She basically shoots Kiki with her own information, her own business, says that you're worried about me and my husband, what they're doing. I've never told you in the 14, 15, 16, 17 years of marriage that Marceau had cheated on me. You, on the other hand, have told me some things about your marriage, you and your marriage. And then she shares that Kiki and her husband have had affairs on each other.
Mm-hmm.
And she even said that Kiki paid for her husband to go on a date with someone. Which,
right. Sounds like they're in kind of a
open marriage.
Or yeah.
And a lot of people were saying Kiki already shared that information and it's not a big deal, but you can tell by the expressions on Kiki's face, that's not what she wanted to happen on that stage. Even if she shared it in, she might have shared it in one setting, what her family was going to see, what her children might see. You could tell all those thoughts were racing through her head. At least for me.
Yeah.
I can see it. I read people's energy and their facial expressions.
Mm-hmm.
So I could tell that was not what she wanted to happen, but that was the cliffhanger. We see Tisha pull a folder from beside her and to finish off whatever she was going to say about Kiki. But everyone on stage is mouth agape. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Again, Marie slides to the floor.
Oh, Maurice.
It was awful. And
it's like sex talk just makes you turn 4 again. Am I right?
He's such a lame. And again, this is a person who admitted to having a orgy. I think he said with I want to say it was like 7 people.
Well,
it could have been more, but I was like, how many people? That's absolutely, oh my God. But he said that on national TV. But anytime someone else says anything like that, it can be the most minor thing. You would think he would be sitting upright in his seat, not affected by the information at all. That just seems to take him out.
Yeah.
He was the deacon of a church, by the way.
Interesting. It's always those sleeping deacons.
But that's how it ends, y'all. Anything else you want to add to this review?
No. I'm looking forward to part 2 because the cliffhangers at the end look pretty damn good.
Right. The cliffhangers do look good. I want to see what happened to get my girl Kiki off the stage. Why is she not in this picture?
Yeah.
Forward to seeing her response next week because I understand that it's going to be a doozy. So we'll get to see what that sounds like. It's a 3-part reunion, so we got 2 more parts left. Outside of that, Miss, final words, thoughts? Nope.
No, I'm good. Don't bring up Luther. Leave me be.
Won't.
Girl.
Okay. That's it, girl.
All right.
You guys, please hit that like, subscribe, your notification bell, share the video. I appreciate every single one of y'all for joining my sister and I on this review, and we will see you on the next one.